April 4th, 1968 didn't start with a bullet or the assassination of Dr. King. It started with garbage, not trash, but labor. In Memphis, 1968, black sanitation workers were paid poverty wages. There was no safety, no protection, and no respect. They carried the city on their back, and the city treated them like they were disposable. Two men, Echo Cole and Robert Walker, were crushed to death inside of a garbage truck. Not a tragedy, but a condition. See, that's what happens when labor is cheap, and black labor in this country. So they went on strike, not just for wages, but for dignity. They walked with signs that said, "I am a man," not a worker, not your employee, and definitely not something that can be managed. A man, because that's what happens when the system reduces you to something less than that. And that's exactly why Dr. Martin Luther King came to Memphis, not for symbolism, but for structure. See, by 1968, King had moved past civil rights as access. He was talking about wages, labor, poverty, and power. He said it plain. Civil rights without economic justice is incomplete. He was building the Poor People's Campaign, uniting black workers, poor whites, and all exploited labor. That kind of unity threatened everything, because now you're not asking to be included. You're asking who controls the system. So on April 4th, 1968, they assassinated Dr. King at the Lorraine Motel. And just like that, America tried to turn him into a dream and leave us to struggle where it was. But don't lose the thread. He didn't die talking about dreams. He died organizing workers. He died confronting wages. And he died challenging economic exploitation. So when you hear "I have a dream," I need you to remember garbage trucks, broken systems, and men demanding their right to humanity. Because this was never about sitting in at a lunch counter, and it was always about labor and who gets to live with dignity. I'll leave you with this. Dr. King's last words to us on April 3rd, 1968.
But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.